Hello, Jenny
Hi,
Cox. How
hello.
are you feeling?
All right,
Oh,
hello.
good. Please take a seat.
Oh, thank you.
Did you find the place okay?
I did, yes. The instructions your secretary gave
I
me.
want to go over a few things, routine. Everything in this office is confidential, except I am legally obligated if you're going to harm yourself or harm others, I have to tell the law. And I'm also going to be required to give reports on your progress to the court since we're court mandated.
Right.
So my job is going to be to help you get towards and help you develop goals. This is all going to be, you're going to be leading this, I'm just going to be the guidelines.
Okay.
So I have the case file in front of me, but I would like you to tell me why you are here. Because I need your side of the story. I have their side of the story, I just need yours.
Well, I mean, my husband and I have had some problems. And, he hasn't always been the kindest man in the world. But things kind of came to a head. I was staying at my mother's house, kind of avoiding the whole situation with him. And he wanted me to come home, and I wasn't ready yet. So he just kind of stormed into Mom's house and grabbed me by the head of my hair and yanked me out the front door. And my mom's neighbors, which I really can't blame them, called the police. And since our son was there and witnessed all of that, CPS got involved, Child Protective Services. If you ever would have asked me in my life if CPS would ever be involved in my life, I would have just told you to go to hell. I'm a great mom, But, I'm starting to learn from what the cop told me and when I gave my statement and all that stuff, some of the pamphlets they gave me, it's really not good for, my son to see this type of thing. So I kind of am starting to understand why I have to do all this. But I'll do whatever it takes to get him back, so.
Well, it sounds like you're very focused on wanting to get your son back. I don't blame you, since it sounds like you're a great mom.
Yes.
Just some circumstances happened that were out of your control.
Yeah. My asshole husband happened, yes.
Yeah. What would you like to accomplish? I know we're supposed to get you treatment as well.
Well, I mean, I'm fed up. I'm really to the point now where I really do want to leave. I'm tired of getting beat. I'm tired of getting talked down to. This cop gave me this analogy about boiling a frog and how domestic violence is like boiling a frog, and by the time you know it, you're cooked. The way he worded it was just perfect for me. He said, if you try to put a frog in a steaming pot of boiling water, he's not going to like it. He's going to fight back. He's going to try to get away. But if you've got a frog in some water and he's just chilling and he's loving the water and he's swimming around, and you turn up the heat, that'd be the first time my husband ever called me a bitch. Just turn the heat up. Well, it hurts a little bit. You're kind of used to it. So you just keep on swimming. But then they turn the heat up again. That would probably be the first time, God, I remember it like it was yesterday. 5 years ago, the first time my husband ever hit me. Just a real quick pop right in the face. So that was just him turning the heat up. And, next thing you know, that poor frog was boiled. And I don't want to be a boiled frog. So.
It sounds like you talked to somebody in the crisis unit.
I did. They were very helpful.
They were very helpful.
It was so nice. As soon as that cop walked out, that lady walked in and kind of, and I'm more worried about my son. Because boys I don't want my son. I don't want him to be an abuser. I don't want him to be like his father.
I don't blame you.
So, I really want to get help for him and for me. So.
Well, the good thing is, he's 6. There's still time. And you're willing to go forward.
Right.
And try and get help.
I'll do whatever it takes for him.
Now, I noticed that on your history in your file that you had a history of depression and anxiety. Are you still currently having trouble with that?
I mean, I'm staying with my mom right now, so my anxiety is through the roof, needless to say. I'm scared. I'm scared. I've never been on my own. Luckily, I've got finances of my own. I've got some, an account in my own name. So luckily, I'm a lot better off than I think some of my counterparts. But depression. I'm depressed. I want my son back. I miss him. I want him back. So a lot of my depression right now is stemming, I think, from that.
So you
Thanks
believe?
For the water.
No problem. So you believe that once you get your husband. I am so sorry. You don't want him back. You've already mentioned that. Your son back. Do you think that depression will go away?
I think it will just ease my mind. Just to know that I'm sure they're taking great care of him, but it would ease my mind to have him with his mother.
Well, he's supposed to be with his mother. So mostly you're having trouble with anxiety right now.
Anxiety, the depression gets me at nighttime. There's, I miss my husband. As stupid as that may sound, I do miss my husband.
Well, you've been together since 2004, so almost 10 years.
Right.
You form an attachment. It's hard to break those.
How can someone that you love you so much and hurt you so bad? I can't understand.
My dad used to say that we always hurt the ones we love the most. It's easier to hurt them. Don't ask me why. It happens, but that's what my dad always used to say.
Right. Well, maybe I just can't turn it off. I can't just stop loving him, but I have to stay away from him. And I've got the court protective order against him now to help, so you can't come barging into Mom's house anymore. That was also per CPS for me to get my son back. But I'm just, how could this be happening? How have I not done anything about it for so long? I feel guilt. I feel so guilty.
I think it's normal to feel guilt because you think you've been doing something wrong. Do you feel like you've put your son in a bad position?
I feel that if anything long term happens to him, it will be my fault if I stayed too long. I feel that tremendous guilt. And I just don't know how many times. I don't know if he's ever actually seen his dad hit me except for that night when the police got called. I don't know.
Well, the good news is you're here now, and I'm sure they're probably providing the care, and if we're getting you help. But right now, what we need to focus on is you, since that's what the court would like to see you get better, and then we can get your son back. And if your son needs any help, I can help. You can come up with some resources, and we can come up with some resources for you. Some good resources, I'll let you know. We might contact them next week. But Albion Fellows Bacon, they serve domestic violence victims and sexual assault victims. And
Can they help me get a resume? I need to get a resume together.
Well, we can provide some help. I can actually help you get a resume if you can pull anything up on Google nowadays.
I know.
And they'll have examples, and I will help walk you through it.
Wonderful. Well, I've got, I went to school in the past. I've got a marketing degree, but I haven't worked since my son was born, so I've been out of the force for 6 years now.
Well,
so that's one of my worries, and one of the thousands of things I'm anxious about in my life right now is how am I going to get a job to pay for my own place, because my husband always paid for everything,
Yeah.
So it's a matter of getting some money, and I've got a safe place to live right now that I can, get ready for my son, but I just feel like there's so many things I have to do. It's so overwhelming.
Well, we'll help break them down. Do you think one of your goals would be to help to get a job, and then we can break that down?
Yes, I need to find my own, even if it's part-time. I don't need to make a whole lot of money right now staying with Mom. Eventually I'd like to get my own place. But, I definitely need to start getting a part-time job.
So that's a long-term goal of
Yes,
yours.
yes. I need to do that. I need to, I've got a vehicle. Just the car insurance is in both of our names. And until I file for divorce,
wow.
I think the insurance is active, but I don't know how this all works.
Yeah. Well, you're not alone.
I know.
I have so many networks. I will be able to help you. You'd be surprised how many services there are out there. Unfortunately, our time has come to an end, but don't feel bad. I will see you next week, and we'll start going through some goals. I got your side of the story, and we're going to start working towards getting you better, and then eventually getting your son.
All right.
It's nice to see you.
Thank you
The
very
secretary
much.
will give you an appointment.
All right.
That way it fits your schedule.
All right, fabulous. Thank you so
and
much.
I will
Mom.
see you. No
Thank
problem.
you.
Have a good day.
You too.